Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's Frank again. Thanks for watching. This is my Stealthcraft Aftermath, and I wanted to do a quick video, quick walk around of the boat. As I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably are considering purchasing one, or maybe you have some thought about owning one someday. So this is mine. It's a 2020 model, and I bought it reconditioned from Stealthcraft. It was a guide boat in its previous life. And so, yeah, I thought I'd walk you through it. This boat's pretty well laid out. It's got quite a few features on it. Actually, I'm not sure of a whole lot that it doesn't have. But I thought I'd walk through it and show it all to you. So up front here, you have our front LED lights, the side lights there, and the floodlights. Those are super helpful in the dark and on foggy mornings. Right there up front there, I was showing you the chine guard. I enjoy having that in case you need to bump up into something. It also protects it in transit. So here's the signature Stealthcraft bubble hood and casting brace. It's incredibly stable, which I like. I also like the cup holders. I also like this area underneath here that's also lit. The boat does have lights on the interior. That's nice for in the morning. That's also a nice basket if you got a guy casting up front to catch fly line. I also like the storage that they have down here. Stealthcraft is known for its storage. I usually keep my lightweight things up here, an extra jacket, my first aid kit, toilet paper, all that fun stuff that you know you're going to need on the water. I also want to talk about this modular area. So all Stealthcraft boats are made in Baldwin, Michigan, and every boat is made to order. There are no spec boats. So with mine, I've got this big storage box, this rower's box. I don't know, it's not a rower's box, it's more of a passenger box that is removable. I can also add a cooler up here, and it's incredibly stable. There's, both my daughters can sit in this with no problem. And as you saw there, with all the extra storage that's in it, plenty of room for a grill or anything else you may want to add to it in that box, coats, fishing gear, whatever. So here's the rower's box. Extremely comfortable seat. I think that's an NRS seat. I enjoy being in it all day long. Lifts up, more storage. That's where I keep usually my gear. The battery's also down there. You'll also see there's quite a bit of storage or area there for your feet, and just a nice area to work for the day. Again, this is a guide boat, so if you were guiding out of it, you'd want all this area. Switches are very nice and easy to get to. This boat, like I said, is well optioned. It does have a bilge pump. I've never used this, but the idea is that if you needed to sink the boat to get underneath the bridge or something, you could do so and then spit the water back out right there. Yeah, I also like the way that the oar locks are set up, so I could move those around if you have somebody bigger or smaller in the rower's box that wants to get on the sticks. You could easily move those around. These are my Sawyer oars, the square tops, and they're great. So here's rod storage area and the tray. Again, very nice place to work out of. I like that these rod holders are down out of the way. I've been in some other boats where those rods are sitting up top of that tray, and it gets in the way. So here's the back area of the boat. Very nice Tempest seat, which, by the way, I also have Tempest seats up on that front storage box. But here's the rear casting brace. Again, also very stable and solid. You can move those around as you saw there. I added a Scotty rod holder. That's nice to have, especially when you're just out, for the day. You want to place to hold a rod. There's a little bit more storage area. You can stuff. I have my life jackets underneath there. So there's the anchor system. I have a power anchor. It used to be called the River Larry anchor. Now they just call it a power anchor. I use a 50-pound weight. There's the little basket that I store my anchor in. This could be set up for a manual anchor with the pulleys, and I do have those components, but I just run it to power, and that River Larry or power, whatever they call it now, works great. So here, this is a drift boat, but I do have a 6 horsepower long shaft Mercury motor on it that has an internal gas tank, so I can easily take that on and off. That motor only weighs about 60 pounds or so it's very simple. But it works great. You know, I have one thing that needs to be said is that this is a drift boat. Okay, this is a drift boat. It's not meant to motor, and it's not going to motor well. So again, there's my rod storage. There's lighting. Yeah, just overall very well laid out boat. Does have a few scratches in the sides. You're going to get that if you're on the water, if you're on some small water. You know, I enjoy the Pure Marquette in Baldwin, and you can't run that river without getting a scratch. It just doesn't happen. He calls it Stealthcraft calls that the Guide Tough bottom. It is incredibly durable. I think somebody mentioned it's the same thing that they make hockey sticks out of, like the blade to a hockey stick. I don't know how true that is, but I can tell you that this stuff is incredibly durable. I've banged up lots of rocks and stuff within it. It holds up great. So here's the trailer. Stealthcraft again builds these in-house. I've refinished this trailer. I got it when I got the boat. It had some rust and stuff on it, so I took the boat off the trailer, sanded everything down, and I used implement paint, so tractor paint. I got it from Tractor Supply. I think it was like $20 for a quart, and that was enough for the entire trailer. There's the rollers, which make great a great way to launch the boat. I also have those G2 boat buckles, which if you don't have those, you're missing out. I did go with a taller tire when I redid the trailer. I redid the bearings and put a new wheel and tire on it. And that tire is like an inch taller than what you get from Stealthcraft, and I think that it goes down the road much better. In fact, I voiced my opinion to the guys at Stealthcraft that they really need to go to this taller tire. It just trailers so much better with that. I do like some of these other things. You know, like I said, he makes a trailer in house. So that's I like those little details there. So what don't I like about this boat? Not a whole lot. This floor is one of them. It's really rough, which is great if you're not trying to slide around the boat. But it's real rough, and it beats up your rods and beats up those oars. It's just something I'm not a huge fan of. I also don't like the latches. Those are pretty much all shot. For me, again, this was a guide boat, so it was probably used 200 days out of the year, and those things do tend to get beat up. I think I'm going to replace those with some bungee cords or something. I haven't quite got that far yet, but yeah, that's on the very short list. But yeah, the I would there's the latch again. I do wish that I could put a lithium battery in here. Everybody says that the boat just doesn't, the electronics in the boat don't work well with the lithium battery. But I wish I could switch to a lithium battery purely for the weight aspect of it. But yeah, this is the boat. The pros far outweigh the cons. It is a little heavy also. The boat's a little bit heavy. But I like the durability of it. So thanks for watching.